Tracy, welcome everybody. For those of you who are here tonight and this is your first time, you're in for a treat. Obviously the person who invited you here thought enough of you so that you can learn the right way how to build your business. Now, when I first got started in network marketing, and hearing about how we could use the internet to really build our businesses, and what I found was really frustrating is that it's so easy to get caught up in the internet marketing minutia that it really prevented me from really focusing on recruiting and presenting the opportunity to people. And so what you're going to learn tonight and over the next several weeks is how to use the internet effectively and leveraging it the right way so that you can be focusing on the activities to really build your business. And tonight I'm really excited because we have a couple of panelists here that are going to teach about storytelling and packaging your story, and I want to introduce Bert Bledsoe. Bert is somebody who I just owe a really big debt of gratitude to because he first introduced me to how to be an online networker, and that was about almost a year ago when I met Bert. And so for him, the way he brought me through it and encouraged me, for those of you who don't know Bert, he is probably one of the most energetic and excited and enthusiastic people and one of the most creative storytellers you're going to meet. So welcome, Bert.
Wow, thank you, Dr. Lisa. Super excited to be here. Wow, that was amazing. I used to work in a doctor's office. I've been introduced by some doctors before in my experience, but that was maybe the most flattering introduction I've had by a doctor ever in my life. I'm flattered that I was even able, that I touched you, that I was a part of your experience. It's absolutely been phenomenal. The best part of the whole thing, Lisa, is a year ago I didn't know you. Since then, we've developed an amazing relationship, and the best part is now we're on a webinar together and we get to share what we've learned and what we've done together. So thank you for having me. I feel privileged just to be here.
You're welcome, Bert, and I'm so happy that you and I can finally do hosting a training together. And our other panelist today is Diane Hockman, who is the attraction marketing expert, and she's also known, and one of the things I love about her is she affectionately calls herself the digital dingbat, because a lot of times, she's not an internet marketing expert in all things, but what she does know how to do is use the internet tools in a very simple way to get people to, using the art of storytelling, to get people to listen to what she's saying, and they wind up wanting to know more from her, and they wind up wanting to buy and become really raving fan loyal customers. So I want to introduce Diane.
Thank you, Lisa and Bert and everybody. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I just want to check, I have people writing in. You should not be able to see a person right now. They're looking for you, Lisa. This isn't a hangout. This is actually an old school webinar. So you should see a logo, Online Networkers Paradise, on the screen. Is that what you guys all see? Just give me a quick hands up or let me know if that's what you're seeing. Because Hockman made, thank you, Angela, Hockman made slides tonight, which we always find impressive. It happens once in a blue moon, although for this series I've been doing a lot of slides. I don't know. Guys, I'm so excited to have Bert and Lisa here today because they are two people that I have seen the growth in these two, the progress in the two, but most importantly, the leadership of these two. I said, who wants to help out? Not help out, excuse me. See, I corrected your language, Lisa. Who wants to lead tonight? Who wants to host tonight? Who wants to do this and that? I'm only going to do a quick 15 minutes, and then we're going to have a roundtable panel between the three of us. But I said, who wants to do this tonight? And Lisa and Bert practically jumped through the screen and said, yeah, let's do it. Let's teach this to people. And Lisa, did you hear Bert be a little tricky Mickey in there and kind of give a little foreshadow preview of what we're about to learn?
Yes.
That was
Oh,
pretty.
yes.
That was pretty tricky, Bert.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are going to learn something tonight that's really important. You know, I wrote a letter today to my list, and I was talking about the 3 things that most people that jump online trying to build a network marketing business don't know how to do. And they kind of jump ahead and they don't get these basic fundamental skills. And tonight we're going to cover one of them. And this webinar series that we've been doing on Monday nights at 8, first of all, send a note right now, maybe go on Facebook or go an email and thank the person that invited you. You don't even know what you're going to thank them for yet, but send them a note and say, hey, thank you. Because this is specifically designed for online networkers, network marketers that would like to build and use the internet to, to generate leads and recruit, but not in an internet marketing way. And there ain't nothing wrong with internet marketing. I love it. I've been an internet marketer for years. But again, what happens, a lot of people get kind of confused. So I want to teach you, along with my colleagues, each week we'll have different speakers and so on, the fundamental skills of where to get started. And then you can go out and get as advanced and as fancy as you like. I highly encourage it over time. But guys, if you're not generating leads, if you're not making presentations, if you're not signing up people into your downline and periods of time are going by, you're not doing network marketing. Okay, guys, do you guys see that spread around a lot? A lot of people that are, they get involved and they try to build their network marketing business, but they kind of end up somehow doing a lot of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's pretty common.
Very much so.
So I want to just pull you back in and get you building that downline and profitable out of the gate, and then 100% go out and learn those other skills. They're going to serve you in the long term. But I want you to remember, in network marketing, everything that you do has to be duplicatable. Okay, we've heard this. What does that mean? I'm not talking about we all have to say the same exact words and walk the same. And, I like to dress like Bert around the house sometimes. I do... this is really, Lisa, this is really a wig. I actually shaved my head so I can be like Bert.
I was going to say, are you walking around bald all day?
No, I do at home. I wear the wig out in public because I don't want people to realize I am duplicating you. But I guess I'm not talking about becoming the Stepford rep. But if your main marketing method, and this is just food for thought, I'm going to put it out there, and I've been preaching this for years, call me crazy, but if your main marketing method that you're recruiting with, if nobody can do it, or if it's a 6-month learning curve, you probably have a problem, because ask yourself, do I want my team to have to wait 6 months before they put some people in? And if the answer to that is no, it really might be time to dig in some online networking techniques. So let's dig into it. Tonight we're going to talk about stories. Here we go. It does this weird thing whenever I use this. We're going to talk about telling stories, but not like I've done big long trainings on full tilt copywriting stories, and that's more advanced stuff. Tonight we're going to talk about packaging product and income stories, which is a very, very basic fundamental skill in network marketing, and it's something that if you know how to do it, it's very fluid. It's very fluid. It's very quick. You can use it to obviously share what happened to you. You can use it to share what happened to others. You can use it to reinforce. For example, my original company that I worked with for years, it was a weight loss company. And you'd call someone and see how they were doing, and they'd complain. I mean, I don't know about any of you guys, but, any of you that have ever tried to lose weight, I know you relate to this. They'd be like, I only lost 5 pounds this week. And they'd be disappointed. And then if I would use the formula and repeat back to them what they had accomplished, all of a sudden, they would think losing 5 pounds was awesome, which it really was. Same thing with somebody. They'll go, I only made $100 this week. And they get kind of bummed because somehow they thought they were going to make $10,000 their first week, right? You guys see that out there? So when we use this formula, we can reinforce a downline member, reinforce a customer, pull them back in, and get them really excited about the progress they're making instead of having them be kind of bummed. We all get kind of bummed with our progress sometimes, and it's when we understand how to package these stories up, how exciting they really become. So we're going to get started. Now here's the formula, and you guys, you really want to jot this down. And again, you're going to learn the formula, and then you're going to learn, once you know it, you can say it all in your own way. By the way, Bert just did this to you guys. You may not have even heard it, but you're going to realize it now. So the formula is before blank, I was blank. Okay, we're going to fill this in a minute. Before blank, I was blank. And the first thing I noticed when I started blankety blank was blank. Okay, the first thing I noticed when I started taking the product. The first thing I noticed when I joined the community. The first thing I noticed when I met Bert. The first thing I noticed when Lisa taught me how to make memes. The first thing I noticed when I drank my juice, okay, was blank. Okay, since then, blank. And by the way, we're going to do this for you a bunch of times. And the best part is blank. So now I want to go to you know, you guys can write in that little Q&A or the chat or whatever there. How many of you guys heard Bert do this now that I've shown you the formula? How many of you guys heard Bert do this at the beginning of the call? Does anybody remember what Bert said? He actually packaged the story about Tracy said she did, Karen says she did. He actually packaged the story about his relationship and progress in knowing Dr. Lisa. Bert knows the formula. And in fact, I'd be willing to bet you, and if anybody wants to lay bets, private chat me. I'll take a bet. I'll bet that Bert could package a story about anything. And I'm talking anything you toss at him. I'm pretty willing to bet that Bert could package a story about anything that any of you could come up with. Bert, do you think we should take that bet?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. You're down? You're down?
I've got one.
I'll back it.
Totally
What do you...
I've got one for him to try.
Some
She's
people
already like, listen, Lisa, you're on the panel. You're supposed to be like chatting with me here.
Lisa, you're
I mean,
on
go
our
ahead. You can
Listen,
bring
you're
some
on
money
our
if you...
side. You get money if we win. So don't be betting with.
Okay.
Now, some people that have been through this training before are already putting in things for us to package about. Well, let's do it with real stuff first, okay, guys? Let's back it up. Somebody do me a favor, write in the Q&A there.
Oh, I've got one here in the Q&A.
Yes, but I need a real one first. I need some real ones, not fun ones.
Oh.
Okay.
So we need real ones. Because we got to do, I mean, we can't just jump to the fun stuff. Somebody tell me about what they're marketing, okay? And I don't mean a specific product name, but it could be. I mean, we can see the Q&A and nobody else can. So somebody tell me what they're marketing. You'd like me to package up the story. I can even unmute someone if they're in a quiet place with a good, okay, Dirk said essential oils. So Dirk, I like it. So before I started using XYZ oil, I was what? Okay, I want you to write me back here, Dirk. But I'm going to make one up. Before I started using thieves oil, I was getting colds constantly. Every winter, it was colds and flu. It was out of control. The first thing, let me flip the slides here. Hang on. So before I started using thieves oil, which is an essential oil, I was getting colds and flu every winter. It was terrible. The first thing I noticed when I opened up the container of thieves oil was that it smelt so good. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. I put it on the bottom of my feet as I was instructed, and since then, I've barely had a sniffle all winter. And the best part is I've used it on my kids too, and the whole household has stayed healthy. What do you guys think? Does the thieves oil sound pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, thieves oil, guys, I'm just picking that. It's a very, popular essential oil. It's kind of an ancient thing. So before I started using thieves oil, I was suffering from colds and flu every winter. The first thing I noticed was how good it smelled. I could just sit and sniff it all day. Since then, I've had absolutely, no illness all winter. And the best part is I used it on my kids and my husband. Not a single person has been sick in 2014. That's a packaged story. Now, I wish I could talk to everybody. I hate that I can't. I hate that I can't chat with you guys verbally. But a story like that If it's packaged and memorized and you know it well, the next time, who was it? Anil said today he had a cough. Now, our good friend Anil was supposed to be on tonight. You guys all know Anil Gunjal. He unfortunately had a business meeting that called him away. I think he's down in Atlanta again. I don't know. He's always on a plane going somewhere cool. But, Bert, you'll like this. Anil's son, have you ever seen Anil's son in the picture or video?
Yes, in the picture.
He's a cutie patootie. He has this new thing where he likes to lick people. Okay. So, yeah, lovely. So, it's something about being a kitty cat or something. I don't know, but he decided to lick Daddy a whole awful lot over the weekend, and then Daddy got sick like the kid, right? So, if Anil was complaining about his sore throat, I could go, I have this incredible product I could sell to you, and it's absolutely incredible, and you got to get some right now, like most people do. Or I could say, Anil, this might help you out. I used to get sick every winter like crazy, and then I started using this stuff called thieves oil. And, the first thing I noticed when I started was it smelled really good, which is cool because a lot of stuff out there is yucky. And since then, I haven't had a cold all winter. I haven't had a sore throat. I haven't had a cold. I haven't had a runny nose. And the best part is we use it on the whole family so the kids don't get sick either. So if you talk to someone naturally and you tell them a legitimate story about something that would help them out instead of attacking them and trying to pitch them, how might your business change? What do you guys think that are over here? You like this stuff?
Yeah. I think
it's massive.
Yeah, it would impact a huge.
Think about just on Facebook alone, guys in the chat, feel free to the Q&A. How many times this week have you had somebody approach you on your Facebook chat? For most of you, how many times this week alone have you had somebody approach you and try to either build a relationship with you because you're a like-minded individual, or try to show you something, or try to pitch you something, or try to convince you of something, most often without any kind of relationship? And also not offering, everybody's saying a gazillion times, at least 10 a day, lost count. Now, would you guys say that you're pretty immune to that today, right? We all become immune.
Mm-hmm.
But a properly packaged story is an exceptionally effective. Dirk, did you like that? I mean, does that, I just picked an oil because I couldn't sit and wait for the whole correspondence, but do you see how that works? It could be another oil, something that helps with digestion, or something that helps with asthma, or something that helps with, he loved it, good. Any oil. If you have a product result, and if you package it with this formula, and you practice it a bunch of times so you say it normally. Neil asked me if I want to buy some Girl Scout cookies. Neil, I remember the first time I had Girl Scout cookies. Before I had them, I liked regular cookies, Oreos, chocolate chip, Chips Ahoy, all that other good stuff. And then somebody gave me some Samoas. And the first thing I noticed was there was something about the caramel and the way the chocolate was and the cookie in the middle. It just made me want to die. Since then, I have rationalized and bought at least 3 boxes of Samoas every year from some little Girl Scout, making believe I was helping them. And the best part is that now my niece sells them so I can help the family out. There you go. That's a package story for Girl Scout cookies. Lorraine, we're going to get to, if it's not a product story. Lorraine's asking, what if I don't use a product? You can package a story about anything, about a service. Lorraine, what would you like us to package a story about? Give us one. It could be about a service. We're also going to talk about your business results in a minute. And then we're going to prove to you, Bert and I, nobody's bet me any money yet, Bert. They're scared because they know you'll beat them. They know it. But Bert and I, and Lisa, Dr. Lisa can jump in, but I don't know. Is this dignified for a doctor to do, Lisa? I don't know.
Oh, I think so.
But we're going to package some wicky-wacky stories. You can't throw anything at us that we can't package. So, Lorraine, if you want, tell me what it is, what is it that you want me to package? Or what would you like us to package? You can package anything. Anything. But let's talk about income stories and or business stories. A lot of times people, I'll say, well, what's your story? And they think they don't have one. Lisa, let's do yours. You want to do it for, we're not going to name any specific company. It's a completely generic hangout that we have here, a webinar, whatever they're called this week. So we're not going to name a specific company or anything, but would you like to talk about the training system you use, or would you like to talk about the network marketing company you're involved with? We're going to talk about business results. Which one would you like?
Let's do the business results.
Okay, well, we're going to do business results no matter what, but would you like to talk about the training system and tools you use?
Sure.
Or would you like to talk about the MLM you're in?
The training system.
Okay. So, Lisa, just start to fill in the blanks, but don't use the name before XYZ training system. Okay. Fill in the blanks.
Before the Acme training system, I was a frustrated network marketer. I did what my sponsor told me to do, was make out a list of friends and family and talk to those people on that list. Eventually, I ran out of people to talk to, and my results suffered. The first thing I noticed with Acme Company's training was how I could leverage the power of the internet to help generate more leads for my business. Since then, I have been, since then, I have been able to sponsor 6 people into my business within the last 3 days, but the best part is I now am having more people, an unlimited supply of leads that I can talk to on a daily basis.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And see, the more she practices it, the tighter it will get. So it'll get something to the, and she did that off the cuff, guys. So if you were here, I'd have you all give her a round of applause because it's awesome. Before I joined Acme Training Company, I was a struggling network marketer. I did everything they told me to do, but eventually I ran out of people to talk to. I hit a wall. The first thing I noticed about Acme was that I was able to follow along with their simple steps. It was all laid out for me. Since then, I've been able to go on and recruit 6 people in the last 3 days, and the best part is that I know I have all the tools and training that I need to take my business to any level I want to go to. Right? It just becomes very boom, 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 boom. Okay? And by the way, the reason why we package stories, guys, is to help other people see themselves in your shoes. Okay? The story's not about you. The story's about whether or not Acme would help them. The story that I told you about the oils was about whether the oil would help you. I could tell you a story about anything, and the story is always, write that down. The story is not about me. The story is about the other guy. So somebody else give us a couple more real things to package up. And then we're going to do a couple fun ones. And then we're going to talk about how this will make a huge, huge, huge difference for you. By the way, somebody often asks, what if I don't have a business result? What if I didn't recruit 6 people in the last 3 days? What if I'm a loser and I've never made a dime? And I'm kidding about that. But what if you failed? You still have a story. Before I joined XYZ Company, I was a tractor trailer, whoops, wrong button. I was a tractor trailer driver. The first thing I noticed when I got involved was how friendly the people were and how much they were willing to reach out and help me. Since then, I've gotten my business in a box. I've started my training, and the best part is I absolutely know I'm going to go to the moon with this. That's a package story. All it does is it projects optimistic outcomes. So you don't have to say, I made $1 gazillion in a day for somebody to get interested in your story and go, wow, this might be for me.
Oh, Diane, could I inject really quick? I had one of my best successes signing up people, and it happened about a month ago, where I packaged a story where all I said is I just sponsored, like 2 people in the span of like 4 days. And I wound up sponsoring more people just with that small statement. And the people, when I signed them up over that weekend, they said, you know what convinced me to sign up with you was the fact that I could sign up 2 people. The fact that, if someone were to say you signed up like 50 or 60 people, that might be overwhelming for some, but they know that, I couldn't do 60, but I know I could do 2. So it made it realistic, and it gave them some hope. So that just kind of tied into what you were talking about. If you don't, if you're just new and you don't have a big result, you don't really need a really big result. You just need to show them that what's possible.
You don't even need any result. That's usually,
Yeah.
but you could say, wow, I'm just stunned by how step-by-step this training is, and I absolutely know I'm going to learn this. That alone, saying, before I was a stay-at-home mom, before I joined, I was a stay-at-home mom. The first thing I noticed was everything was laid out step by step, and finally I had hope because I knew I could follow the directions, and since then I've set up my capture pages and my autoresponder, and I'm off to the races. It has zero result as far as income or recruiting or lead generation, and yet that would work. So these are kind of cool. I want to do a couple fun ones, guys. I want you to see, first of all, give me in the Q&A, let me know, are you guys vibing on this? Do you understand it? Because if you understand this, we used to have to, what we would do back in the day is we'd learn to package a story, and then we'd kind of go to the mall and hope somebody would cough. It's like you'd walk around looking for people that would cough. Or you'd walk around looking for people that said, you'd hang out in the women's fitting room waiting for somebody to say, these don't fit. And then you'd go, I used to not fit into my clothes either. And you'd do the story. So you'd have to walk around and try to locate people. But now with the internet 24/7 and with technology and the things that we can do from our home, we could be sharing stories all day long. You know what? Let's do an example of somebody, your downline story or something like that. Okay. I'm trying to think of somebody calling up and complain. Bert, you ever get somebody that's struggling, maybe their first couple of steps in their training for your network marketing company or for something else that you're working on? What kind of objections do you get from people that are already in?
Maybe they just ran out of maybe they feel like they ran out of like their warm market or and when I say warm market, I mean like they kind of ran out of their friends and family and then they don't know where to go. They're like,
okay.
What do I do? Who do I talk to?
Yep. So then you say, here, we're going to do it right for Online Networkers Paradise. Mary, before I started going to this particular training, I was struggling too. I had gone through my whole circle of influence and the directions I was given, but I started going on Monday nights to Online Networkers Paradise, and the first thing I noticed was the training was really simple and something I could follow. It wasn't too confusing. Since then, I've been able to build up my whole new circle of influence, a whole new warm market. In fact, they did a whole training on warm market. I'll get that video for you. And the best part is that every week they cover something new. So I've been able to find lots of new people to speak with. There you go. By the way, guys, if you weren't here for last week's training on how to build a massive warm market, ask the person that invited you here. Ask them for the video. And for those of you that are part of the team that put this together, that video is sitting, it was put into your Facebook group. It is also sitting on your team site and YouTube channel. So a bunch of us put this together to help the whole industry. But that video is available. We also, and we'll talk to you later about some of the other trainings we did and some of the ones that are coming up. So you can repackage somebody's complaint. Mary, before I learned how to be an online networker, I was struggling because I ran out of warm market too. Since then, I started attending these great trainings, or since then I bought this course, or since then, any of these things. And the best part is now I've never run out of people again. So this formula works for anything. So right now, Bert, I'm going to let them challenge us. I want two things in the Q&A. One, I want you guys to, if you think that we have not covered a story for you, if you think that what you do won't fit into this formula, I'm going to encourage you to write that in the Q&A so we can cover it. And then also, I'd like you guys to put some wiki-wacky, let's put Bert to the test. I want you guys to write some wiki-wacky stuff in here. What kind of things can we pack? Make up something crazy. I already saw leprechaun shoes.
Oh, I saw one. Buffalo lungs.
Buffalo lungs.
I saw buffalo lungs in the Q&A.
Bert, what'd you say? I can't hear you.
It's okay. No, I would just like to preface, I would like everyone to just bear with me for just about 30 seconds here. And I would like, before we do a fun one, this is something I think of when I think of doing this type of packaging, which is how I speak. So when I think of this, and I know this is going to date me, Diane, so don't make fun of me that I'm a old guy.
I'm older than you, baby.
When you hear this, I think you'll remember this. Now, I used to watch this as a kid. Whenever you say this, whenever you say the before blank, I was blank, I always hear this guy's voice, and you might know it by this sound. So tell me if you guys can hear this. Do you remember this theme song? Okay, little Gene Rayburn. What? This is the Match Game. What? Sometimes you did Match Game 76, and you're like, hey, I'm only 3.
Yes.
And I don't know why I'm watching Match Game, but guess what? I think at one point there was Cocktail Hour. My grandparents were watching this show. All the famous people were on it, and it's hilarious.
Charles Nelson Riley.
Oh, my gosh.
Brett Summers.
Hilarious, right? You want to see Betty White in her heyday? Watch some Match Game, right? I mean, this
Love
is
Match Game.
funny stuff. And when you think of it, before you're going to have some fun, think about how Diane was saying it. Before blank, I was blank. The first thing I noticed was blank. Since then, blank. And just how he says it, you're like, okay, listen, this is going to be an amazing story. So you can throw anything. I'm down. I'll even give odds.
Bert, you know, you have to understand the fact that you brought up Match Game. I always hear that theme song in my head when I'm doing it. So it's
Every
just
time. Like,
funny
every
that you
time
brought
you
it
say
up.
every time you say before, it's like, what? It's just
Bert.
like, it happens in your head. It's like a little Match Game's going on every time. So,
Once we
I know that was a little
finish-
silly, but
Once we finish, I want you to put, because somebody's saying they're not that old, and I knew somebody would say that. We have to put that on our walls. Tag me.
Okay.
We'll put it on our walls so that they understand what the Match Game phenomena was. And Gene Rayburn had the longest microphone next to
Yes.
Bob Barker on TV. That's all I have
it
to
was
say.
amazing. And I think this was even in a time where on the television, like Richard Dawson would be smoking a cigarette.
Yep.
And
Yes,
drinking a glass
yes.
of bourbon. Like he was having a bourbon and the smoke right there. He's like, okay, I've got a great answer for that question, actually.
You know-
Don't. Jen Davis is putting up links to Match
Yeah.
Game. Put it on my wall, Jen.
Yeah, and Patricia Wallace, who played, for those of you now, like Edna Krabappel on The Simpsons, she was also on Match Game, too.
There you go. So there's some Match Game trivia. So who has something that you want to, we're going to play Stump the Bert. Stump the Bert. Who has something that you want us to package a story or a testimonial about? Do something fun. Put some fun stuff in there. I say, Bert, somebody wrote the first one. Oh, wait. Look at this one. Stain-free toilet paper. What do you think? Can you?
I love that. I mean,
Exactly. So let's go back. We're going to scroll through. See, guys, if you think that you can't do this, if we can package a testimonial or a story for stain-free toilet paper, you can do it for your product or your service. Come on. So when you're ready, Bert, I would do a drum roll. I wish I had sound effects.
I mean,
Wait,
really-
Bert,
Yes.
before you start, do me a favor. Right on the, if you look on the webinar panel, you can turn your webcam on. It's above the audio and below the show my screen
oh,
and all
yeah,
that.
I see it.
You see it there? Turn your webcam on. I want them to see you.
They don't. Maybe they don't know it's me. Just a regular guy. I have my
Here he
headphones
comes.
on tonight, so I look like Star Trek guy.
There he. All right. So I
And I haven't
will.
shaved either. This
You-
is my leprechaun look.
Exactly. I like it. I liked your socks
Okay.
today, by the way. Your socks were hot.
Oh yeah, those were my St. Patty's Day socks. Those
They were
nice.
very, very sexy. It comes but once a year, kids. I watched Finian's Rainbow tonight. Worst movie ever, but I love Petula Clark. What can I tell you? So I'm going to go through this. You tell me when you're ready, and as you get going, I will just go through the formula so that people can read along. Follow the bouncing ball. So
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely. Are we going to
Stain-free toilet paper.
Stain-free toilet paper. Toilet paper. Well, you know, I used to have a serious incontinency problem, and before I found the wetless, stainless toilet paper, I was really embarrassed and really perplexed on how I could conceal this problem with using so much toilet paper and getting it dirty. The first thing I noticed about the wetless, stainless toilet paper was that I got to use 3 times less squares, which in my world was absolutely amazing. And the best part is, it looks just like the other toilet paper, so no one even knows. Oh, since then, I've saved hundreds of dollars in toilet paper, and the best part is, no one knows I'm using the brand new XYZ's company's wetless stainless toilet paper. You should get it. I'm just saying. If they had that, I would get it. If it's
I bow down to you, Bert.
3 times the square savings. Imagine what that would do in your household. If you have 3 kids, boom, that's discount right there.
So guys, I know that this is funny and silly, but we teach this formula to people all the time, but I don't see people use it really effectively. Bert, seriously, when you learn this formula, how awesome is this thing? I mean,
literally, I'm not, and this isn't a joke. This isn't like I'm like, oh, let me tell you. I'm saying this will change the way you do business. Imagine going from, hi, I'm Jimmy Guy with the sales and buy my thing, whatever you're selling, to saying a fun story. Like, man, before I found my awesome thing, I was struggling over here, or I was whatever. Like, imagine how that opens it up. Why does it open up? Because all of a sudden everyone else wants to hear about it. Because no one wants to hear about the thing you're selling, but they would love for you to tell them a story, especially if it's a story about something they're interested in.
Exactly. And
So
if you guys really, if you guys, and this isn't just about stories and internet marketing, which we're going to talk about the internet in a second, but if you really start listening, people tell you all day long what it is they want. And then it's really easy to just go, you know, I totally get how you feel, because before I did this, this is what used to happen to me all the time. And then I noticed this, and since then this has happened, and the best part is this happened. And obviously you can switch it up. You don't have to say it word for word. You don't want to sound like a robot or kind of weird. But yes, you can. Joy said, can you use this on your sales page or even your landing page? Absolutely. You could do a headline on a sales page, and we're not talking sales pages yet, and we're kind of jumping the gun, but for those of you that are a little more advanced, you could put, guess what happened when I found XYZ? Put in your name and email to find out. Or before XYZ, I was blank. Put in your name and email to find out what happened next. And then you have a video or whatever. You know, guys, this thing is so amazing, and I use it. If I don't use this 20 times a day on people, it's good for conversation. It's good for, we're going to show you in 2 seconds, all the different things. It's good for, somebody just said, an elevator speech, and we really want to talk about how to use it on the internet. But this is good, like on Facebook, you see somebody talking about something, and you can message them and see if you can strike up a conversation. You don't want to just copy and paste and throw this all over. You know, we don't want to do that, and we don't teach that around here. But guys, open up your heart and ears and start listening to people. They will tell you what package story to tell them. You know, they'll complain that they're not having, I had a thread today. People were complaining this didn't work for me or that didn't work for me. It's really easy to go, you know what, I totally understand what you mean, and I used to get really confused with all the internet stuff, and then I started XYZ. Or I totally understand what you mean. I used to be involved in a company that was very restrictive. They wouldn't let me do anything on the internet, and then I found this place. The first thing I noticed is I was totally allowed to run my business the way I saw fit. Since then, I've built a team of 350 people, and the best part is I'm going around the world. You can do any of those things, so this works really well. Do you guys want to do one more with Bert, and then we'll talk about how to use this on the internet? Who's got one more?
I just want to say, I finally found the little question answer box, and someone said this, and I'm not going to say who, because I think this is the funniest thing while you guys are picking a new topic, or a new one, something to put in the story, is everyone always wants to sell ice cubes to Eskimos, like that would be hard. Hello, their houses are made of big ice cubes. Wouldn't that be like an easy sell?
I know.
No, you don't have to make your own ice cubes, bro. I've got them right here, a big stack of them. Just come buy them.
I made them extra large, so less stacking, right?
Check this out. This one's a rounded cube. Proprietary. You know what I'm saying. See, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to do this, but if you could tell a story, I'll tell you what. You could do some things.
And that's really it. If you put everything into a story, it changes. And I'm going to admonish now, there's a bunch of people on. I've taught this to a bunch of people that are on tonight. I want to see you using it, and we're going to give you technique in a minute. I want to see you using it this week. For those of you that this is new to, practice on your stuffed animal, your dog, your kitty, your wife. What was that? She wants a goat. What is that Jessica wants to get? She said she's saving up.
She wants to get a baby goat.
It was a goat. Okay.
Yeah, we went to the Homesteaders Fair, and it looks like we're going to get the ordinance to have just little baby, little mini goats for milk.
Little mini goats. I like it.
Mini goats. Yeah, they jump around and stuff. They're pretty fun. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, just remember they eat most anything, so watch out. Don't leave anything out.
We have a upstairs, downstairs backyard. I made a fence. I made a project.
He has a 2-level backyard. That's pretty fancy.
I do. I have a
pretty fancy.
Backyard.
Joy said she wasn't kidding about the stain-free toilet paper. Okay.
See, well, listen, Joy, we should partner up because obviously I can move some toilet paper.
There you go. So, okay, we only have 15 minutes left, and we fooled around a little bit too much because I'm Lisa. I'm a bad girl. Dr. Lisa, you have to keep us in line. Like at school.
Okay.
Let's go, Lisa. I know you did. I wanted to do this kind of like a Letterman top 10 countdown. I'm going to leave Bert up there because he's cute. I like to look at Bert. It makes my day.
Oh, I'll stay up.
I'm opening up a notepad here.
Okay.
And we're going to do, how many do we have, Lisa? What did we come up with? Do we have 10?
I think we came up with about, about maybe 10.
We do have 10. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
we'll do
10.
it like Letterman style.
Oh, boy.
Let's start with number 10 and we'll go backwards. Guys, these are 10 ways that you can use what we taught you tonight on the internet. Now, we're not going to go into in-depth training about all the different ways. That'll be coming in future weeks. But I want you guys to understand this can be used in all different ways. So what's number 10, Lisa?
LinkedIn. If you guys have LinkedIn on your one of your social network sites, you could package a story there on LinkedIn with a post.
Yeah, so you can do posts. I know you can also message people, all different kinds of things you can do over there on LinkedIn. All right, what's number 9?
You can do Instagram, where you can package a visual story with a meme.
Now, well, let's leave memes for a different one, but just talk about on Instagram. Guys, you can do your story visually. And then and if you don't know what Instagram is, it's a cell phone app. Don't worry if you don't know. I guess we're cheating, Lisa. It's more of a mobile thing than an internet thing. I don't know. That's cheating, isn't it? All right, we're mobile. We're wild and crazy. But on Instagram,
it posts to the internet.
Yes, you can. True. Your Instagram can post to the internet. But you could do a picture of a product. You could do a picture of a result that you have with your body. You can do a before and after. It lets you edit them and do different things. You can write words on pictures. So you can use the same vibe, but you may not use all of the words in the formula, or you can write something, about your picture. So you definitely 100%, like you could go out on a Saturday night, and let's say you haven't had a cold all winter, and it's Saturday night, March 17th, it's Monday night, March 17th. You could take a picture of yourself and go, it's March 17th, spring comes in 4 days, and I haven't had a cold all winter. And you just take a picture of you being out and just say something like that. Now you're able to do some neat stuff with that. So awesome. What's number 8?
Number 8 is putting a post on Google+.
Yeah, so Google+. Now, on Google, we can do a post. We can do images. We can do videos. So there's all different ways that we can post on Google+ to share our story. And when we get to some of the main ones back at the beginning, the number 1, number 2, number 3, I'm going to talk about how you apply them to these things. But Google Plus absolutely is a place to share stories. What is number 7?
Number 7 is for those that maybe might be a little bit advanced, but you can package your story as a Facebook ad.
Oh, yeah. So now, I know that I think that there are very advanced components to Facebook ads, and I'm not going to kid you, and I have friends that are experts at it, and Bert, you do too, Lisa, you do too. But guys, the first ads I ever ran online, all I did was I read the directions. I mean, it wasn't like rocket science. Read the directions and run an ad, and you can run an ad for $5 or $10. So it doesn't have to be so complicated. Now, if you want to start running big budget ads, you need to learn more and get better conversion and stuff. But your first ad, I mean, it's the first time I ran a newspaper ad. I didn't know what I was doing. The first time I ran a Google ad, I didn't know what I was doing. First time I ran a YouTube ad, I didn't know what I was doing. First time I ran a Facebook ad, I didn't know what I was doing. I just read the directions. Call me crazy. It's my wild technique, Lisa. I read directions and then I do things. It's crazy, I tell you. So you don't have to wait to place a Facebook ad. Whip out your wallet, spend $5 and give it a whirl. Put together your package story, maybe put it as a picture or some other format, and run a story. Right now I have an ad running. I spend $5 a day, and it's about one of my trainings that I did, and it's a package story about a training that I offer for free. It's pretty easy. So 6, what's number 6?
6 is doing a tweet. Post a tweet.
Yes. And remember that a tweet can link to another medium if you don't feel that Twitter. And again, if you're worried, I don't know how to do this, I don't know what I'm doing, guess what all the coming weeks are about? Guess what? All that, because we covered the fundamentals, right? We covered building your list. If you have not gotten the training on the simple way to build your list, that training is gold. Ask the person that invited you here for that training. We've covered expanding your warm market. We covered, this week we're covering packaging your story. I think we did one more. I don't know what it was about. Must have been something good. I don't know. Maybe it was just the whole overview of what we were going to do. So if you don't know how to do one of these, don't worry. We're going to cover them on a very basic level for online networkers. So tweets can be straight, just say something on Twitter, but you also can link to another medium. Number 5?
Recording an audio.
Yeah.
Or using SoundCloud, or, just record something on your, most computers and laptops have a microphone. You could record something really quick and then upload that.
Yep. You can do it right on your phone too. Most of your phones have the equipment to record an audio. There's an app called Tape-A-Talk. There's a whole bunch of different ones, so you can record an audio with your story. Hey guys, it's absolutely incredible. I just tried this product, and before I started using it, this was going on, and the first thing I noticed was this, and since then, blah, 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 and the best part is blank. And tonight at 9 o'clock, we're going to be talking a little bit about and hearing with some people that have had huge results with this particular product. If you know anyone that suffers from blank, please feel free to invite them. It's very friendly. It's not that whole get rich quick, I'm going to cure your disease or anything else. It's just very matter of fact. So audio. What's number 4?
Number 4 is one of my favorites that I love to use, and that's a meme.
Explain to them what a meme is.
Certainly. A meme. How many of you guys, let's look in the chat if you want to raise your hands. How many of you have seen like Grumpy Cat? That cat that always looks like it's in a bad mood, and then someone puts a little snarky comment or a cute comment? How many of you have seen that? That's what a meme is. And basically what I love to do is I like to go nostalgic. And if you can find things like from the past and then you put a cute little saying with it, that can really, it can go viral, and you can get a lot of response and people saying, oh, I remember that, or tell me more. It's very, very effective.
So you could find, like for Bert's toilet paper testimonial that he just did, you could go find a funny picture of a guy sitting on like a cartoon of a guy sitting on the toilet, and
yeah, or Mr. Whipple, don't squeeze the Charmin.
Yeah. Exactly, really retro, right. So there's all kinds of things that you could do that will be really fun where you can sell your stain-free toilet paper. Think about all the different things. And all you have to do, guys, to find great pictures is Google, toilet paper, guy sitting on toilet. Just Google under images. And again, we'll do a whole training on memes. I know it will be late for him, but I'm hoping even if we have to wait till school lets out to get Angus and Lisa to do meme training, because they are the best of the bunch when it comes down to creating memes and how to make them fun and original. Guys, this is one of my favorites because it's fun and it's simple and it's magical and it attracts people, and anybody can do it. It is super duplicatable. Super, super, super. What's number 3, Lisa?
Posting a YouTube video.
Yeah. Guys, every single one of you, needs to make a video tomorrow at the latest with a package story. That's my homework to you if you choose to accept it. You know, you don't have to. It's a free class. But you all should have made a video. And the video could be, you know, Bert Bledsoe's story. You know, something really simple. It's like, hey, it's Bert, and I just wanted to share with you what's been going on for me. And then just share that little story. You know, mix it up and say it in your own words. But everybody should make a story video. And guys, you're always creating new stories. Lisa, what did you came home from school today. What did you do? Anything. Name anything that you did. You made toast. Anything.
Oh, when I get home?
Yeah, name anything you did.
I let my dogs out.
Okay, so Lisa can make a video today, and she goes, hey guys, it's Lise, and I'm really excited. I just got home from school, and, you know, I let my dogs out, because before I started letting my dogs out, they would poop all over, and the first thing I noticed when I came home from school is my whole house stank. Since then, I've learned to open my back door, and I let my dogs out every afternoon, and the best part is my house smells great now. Now, I know that sounds silly, but every time you do something new, I'm snapping like I'm in front of you guys. Every time you do something new in your business, you can create a new and exciting story. Like the first time you make a video, then make another video. Hey guys, it's Lisa. I'm so excited. You know, I've been learning about video marketing. Today's the day I did my first video. So my first video is on my YouTube channel. This is technically my second video. But before I started making videos, I was struggling with generating leads. And since then, I learned how to make these videos. And the first thing I noticed was people are reacting already. I already have 5 views. And the best part is I know that video marketing is going to get me a lot of leads and help my business. If you want to learn more about video marketing, let me know. I'd love to do it with you. Boom! No matter what you're working on, new product came out, you just tried it, new business experience, new mentorship experience, there's an event coming up, there's an event that just passed, you should be making videos and so on and so forth with these package stories all the time. One of your team members calls you up, they're excited. Lisa, you just had something exciting happen to you last week. Hey everybody, I'm here
Yes,
with,
I did.
Right, we could jump on a Google Hangout. Hey everybody, I'm here with Dr. Lisa Thompson. And Lisa, I understand you had some big news in your business last week. What happened?
I wound up making a major leadership rank in my primary MLM.
Absolutely. So before you got into this type of training, you hadn't hit a leadership rank already. When you got into this training and started working with this team, what's the first thing you noticed, Lisa?
How easy it was to follow a step-by-step formula.
Sure. And so since then, you've been able to recruit a bunch of people, and you actually just made your first pin rank. I'm so excited for you, Lisa. I know it's the first of many. I know I'm going to see you absolutely at the top. Guys, if you haven't talked to Lisa Thompson about what she has going on, get with her. That video right there that you do with your downline team member to congratulate them on what they did will give them instant credibility. Boom. Or maybe you need to go to your upline and say, hey, could you do this with me? If your upline doesn't know how to do a video or a hangout, ask them to do it on the phone and record it on a conference line, and then just take the audio and make it into a video. You're going to learn how to do all of this, but the point is you guys see, if people see you bringing up your team, they're going to gravitate you towards you as leadership. If people see you as the new person getting edified by your upline, they're going to see you as the up-and-comer. It's a win-win both ways. Big time. By the way, for those of you that are in our group, and we're among those 21 people that won a prize last week, guess what you're getting? I don't know how many of them are here, but some of you are here and you won a prize, and I didn't tell you what it is. You are getting a video like that. What's number 2, Lisa?
Doing just a Facebook post, which could be a video, a picture, or, you know, you just writing something out of your story.
Yeah. So you can just write your story out and just go, it's so cool, I can't even get over it. Before I used XYZ product, I was struggling in generating leads. The first thing I noticed using this was this, this, and that. Since then, this and this and this has happened. Or, oh my gosh, my company just came out with a new product at convention, and I was a little skeptical because before I used this product, I had acne bad my whole life since I was 12 years old. The first thing I noticed was it felt a little tingly, and I was hopeful. Since then, my whole face is cleared up, and here's a picture of what I look like now and a picture of what I look like before. This stuff is off the hook. There you go. So a Facebook post can be written, it can be a video, it can be an audio, it can be a, you know, just, a picture. So whichever you like. And then what's number 1?
This ties into what we all been talking about in the last couple of trainings. So if you didn't get that training, meet up with the person who invited you here, and that is telling your story to your email list.
Right. So write a letter. And if you didn't get the video training that we did about building your list, everybody has a list. You can build it. You can have an online internet list literally this week. It's Monday. You can have it by Friday up and running. And so the number 1 method is to write a letter to your list. So hopefully you guys got these, and we are going to be covering all of these in the weeks to come. So I'm going to just take a quick look. We are almost at 9 o'clock. Bert, what are your thoughts, closing out ideas and stuff while I take a quick look on the chat?
Absolutely. Well, I gotta say, I just love it when people say tweet. Doesn't that just sound like it's like something fun to do? Like, what are you doing? We're gonna go tweet. Tweet. Like, we're just gonna do a tweet. And guess what? I never did tweets before. Like before maybe 2 weeks ago, and I can't even help it. And since doing tweets, I found an amazing area where there's all kinds of people in this whole other social network, and the best part is it's like an unlimited amount of people over there. I mean,
see, he can't help it, and the best part is
I can't help it. It's just it's once you learn it, it becomes a part. It just becomes a part of you. That's why, and I'm not saying just myself. That's why all of us, if you learn this method, that's why you can package anything. And anything and everything should be packaged. If you package everything, and maybe not everything, like if you're talking to grandma about the pasta, but really.
But see, but I would, because if I'm talking to grandma.
I know. Who doesn't want to tell grandma about how good her pasta is?
And she wants to know you ate it and you've been fed. So, you know, grandma, before I came over, my wife was starving me. I'm newlywed married, and she's a good cook, but she's not like you. Since I got here, I've just stuffed myself, and the best part is I'm coming back next week. Don't tell Jessica I said so, right? Get you in trouble.
Absolutely. And it probably, you know, I say that, like, oh, except for with grandma. However, it's how I talk. Like, it's just a part of the way that you convey stories once you learn this method, because what it really does is it enables you to tell the story and get the specific message that you are trying to get across in a way that's received well by everyone. Mm-hmm. So once that kind of settles in, I know that was kind of a lot for Bert, but once that settles into, like, you realize that, you're like, oh, I'm going to package everything like this.
Yeah. And guys, it takes away a lot of the salesy weirdness. I know that when you're looking at the formula, you're thinking, I don't know about that, but if you practice doing this, it becomes very natural. And so therefore it doesn't sound scripted anymore. And it's not like one of those big long recruiting scripts or something that most people give you. It's very light and it's simple. So to answer a couple questions that came in, Joy, I'm not going to teach about hashtags. She's asking about when we talk about Twitter. And the reason why is because when we talk about Twitter, I'm going to teach you my super secret lead generation and recruiting method on Twitter. So I don't know, that you guys may not want that and you'd rather have hashtags. But I think the super secret recruiting method is really good. Guys, those of you that are network marketing, which should be all of you here, you know what end of month is or end of week is when you're you're trying to hit a level, you're trying to hit something. The super secret Twitter technique is especially good on the last days of the month when you need to hit a pin rank. We'll show you how to meet people and lots of people really quick and share stories and the right kind of people. Lorraine, I can't teach do tonight about what we'd send out in an email because we just don't have time. But guys, you can send out any story in an email. I already wrote my list today, but if I hadn't written my list, I might right now, and I might go, hey guys, it's really cool. I just got off teaching a class with Bert and Lisa. You guys know them. And, you know, before I started teaching with Bert and Lisa, I was kind of doing it all by myself, and I really had a good time, but I really prefer to work with, you know, some top-notch colleagues. So since I taught the class with them tonight, the guys, like, they were just off the hook awesome. And the best part is I know that within the next couple of weeks, I'll be able to turn the classes over and let other leaders in our community teach. And I know that I can, you know, go away for the weekend or something if I need to and know that everything's taken care of. So if you're somebody who wants to be groomed to run webinars and hangouts, you might want to get with me because that's what our team does. So I could write a letter to my list about how phenomenal tonight was and how incredibly excellent Dr. Lisa Thompson is. Lisa, you're off the hook. You rock. You're a fabulous lady. And Bert, you have passed the challenge. If anybody had bet us, we would have been in the money. We could have gone for Dunkin' Donuts, you and me, which we didn't get to do when I saw you, but
I know.
We will.
And I'm just saying, that is probably one of the, I can't even tell you because now I'm going to have to.
The regrets of your life. But the best part is.
Now I'm going to package Dunkin' Donuts for him.
For those of you that are not familiar with Dunkin' Donuts, before I drank Dunkin' Donuts, I thought all coffee was the same.
Since then, I've been in heaven. And since I moved out here, woo, it's been a nightmare. Although you can buy it in the stores, it's not the same.
No, not the same. No, it ain't no light and sweet. So guys, listen, we're going to wrap it up because our team has a party after the party after this deal. So get back to the person that invited you. Get those other recordings. We will put out this recording when it's up and ready. It has to transcode, and the video leprechauns have to do their work, and that which they do. We'll get this video out. Guys, they're generic. It's open to the public. Feel free to invite anybody you like down to learn these skills, share it, and that's what Online Networkers Paradise is all about. It's about teaching you fun, simple, and duplicatable ways that you can build your business on the internet, getting the good news out about your home business and what you have to offer people without being annoying, being, you know, all the things that go on the internet. Let that not be you. So that's absolutely awesome. Thank you, guys. And for those of you, again, seriously, for those of you that are looking to be groomed to run webinars and learn these skills, we're looking for you. So get in touch with any of us and let us know, and we'll tell you what's involved in doing that. And everybody, go enjoy the rest of your St. Patrick's Day. Unfortunately, I'm not wearing green because I didn't leave the house. I feel delinquent. But Bert, you are our representative tonight.
I'm representing for us.
Represent. I keep thinking you can see me because I'm used to being on a hangout, so I'm like making faces at you, and of course you see me.
I can't see you, but
you feel me.
I gotta say, every time I come onto one of these webinars or hangouts or WebHang or whatever this is called, every single time, look guys, I'm even writing it. I know the formula and I wrote it down. And I feel like I have like 10 more ideas of things I'm going to do tonight. So as always, another Monday night that we just got some amazing stuff out to everyone.
Awesome. All right, gang, I'm going to wrap it up because I got to get over to the other show. I will see you, Bert and Lisa, over there. For the rest of you guys, have a great night. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye now.